Welcome to Cupcakes and Clarity, the podcast for high-achieving women who want success and fulfillment without burning it all down. I'm your host, Lisa Pirinelli, and every Tuesday I'm bringing you honest conversations and practical strategies to help you create more balance, purpose, and joy in your work and your life. Think of this as a heart-to-heart with a trusted friend. Together we'll get real about the challenges you face, and you'll leave every episode feeling clear, confident, and inspired to make your next chapter your best one yet. Welcome back to Cupcakes and Clarity. I'm Lisa Pirinelli. Last episode was about honesty, clarity, and knowing which season you're in with friendships. It was about getting clear whether you're in a season of building, maintaining, releasing, or rest. This one is about action, but only action that fits real life. Especially in seasons where love looks less like grand gestures and more like sustainability. No forcing, no overcommitting, no turning friendship into another thing you feel behind on. So let's start with taking a quick mental friendship inventory, not with judgment, just clarity. Ask yourself, which friendships could be revived? Which might need repair? And which may have run their course? And I ask you to hear this clearly. You don't have to do all three. You don't need to fix your entire social life this month. One honest decision is enough to start. And notice your body for a moment. Which category felt heavy when I named it? That's your information. First, we're going to talk about reviving friendships. Most people don't respond with judgment when you reach out. If it's been a while, they respond with relief because life got full for them too. But this is usually where resistance shows up. We think, it's been too long. They probably don't want to hear from me. Or what if it's awkward? That's not intuition. That's fear trying to keep you comfortable. And here's the practical truth. If it's not scheduled, it's not happening. Not because you don't care, but because your brain is already juggling too much. You know when someone says, we should get together sometime, or I'd love to catch up. Then open up your calendar and schedule it in the moment. Or send a text with 2 to 3 day and time options for them to choose from. It's your starting point. Take responsibility for making it a priority. And if they were just being polite and don't really want to reconnect, then let them respond as such. They may be in a different friend season than you, and that's okay. It's no reflection upon you. You can try again later when it works for both sides, or maybe it's now clear this is a release in friendship that has come to a natural close. Also, let's remember that life is full for everyone, so a simple follow-up is typically appreciated. And don't assume the worst if you don't hear back immediately. A little grace and understanding goes a long way in all levels of friendship. Every week we have a cupcake moment, and it's about finding joy in the chaos or finding some joy in where things can be hard. And this week's cupcake moment, I want to share a story because it's a great example of what we just talked about. And after it happened to me, I knew I wanted to share it with you. I had recently stepped away from a role with an incredible group of women, which I was mourning the loss of these connections on a regular basis, but had been hopeful I would continue to stay in touch, and also hadn't officially scheduled anything to make sure it happened. A few days later, one of these friends reached out and asked if we could schedule regular coffee dates to stay connected. I was so happy she reached out. I responded with a few dates for her to consider. And it took a few back and forth texts to find something that worked, and we didn't give up. I told her I too prefer dates on the calendar and that I also completely understand plans may change. Because the calendar isn't pressure, it's relief. Once it's scheduled, our brains can rest. No guilt, no mental load, no wondering when we'll connect again. Structure isn't pressure, it's kindness for both people. And clarity lets friendship breathe. I share this story not only as an example, but to also encourage you to take the leap and ask for the connection. The old saying goes, if you don't ask, you don't get. And that holds true for creating time with friends too. Okay, let's talk about repairing friendships. Some friendships don't need revival, they need repair. Miscommunication or life transitions, maybe unspoken resentment. Repair isn't about going backward. It's about deciding whether the relationship still aligns with who you are now. So ask yourself, am I trying to repair this because I miss the person or because I miss who I used to be? Does this relationship still align with my values today? Humility matters, and so does self-respect. Next, let's talk about releasing friendships. Not every friendship is meant to last forever. Ending a friendship doesn't require drama, but it does require clarity. Ghosting avoids the discomfort, but closure creates peace. Letting go can be one of the most values-led decisions you make. They're not always easy, and they're not always comfortable, but it is something that helps you live an aligned life and make time for what matters most. Also, then there's meeting new people without forcing it. Connection requires discomfort. It can require some discomfort. And that doesn't mean danger, it means growth. And consistency beats the intensity. So one coffee, one walk, one conversation at a time. I recently went to a networking event where a friend was supposed to meet me so we didn't feel that discomfort so deeply. And as the meeting started, I received her text that she was not feeling well and wouldn't make it. By not having my comfort buddy there, I was forced to step out of my comfort zone and make new connections, which is the entire point of going to this type of event. I got past my discomfort and ended up with some really great new connections, a coffee date, and now have new faces to be excited to see when I attend again. It was complete proof of theory that connection requires some discomfort and growth comes in showing up and having one conversation at a time. So I remind you, you don't need more people. You need aligned connection. And if this feels hard, you're not behind. You're not broken. You're not even alone in this. You're learning how to connect in a full life. And the life you're building, it was never meant to be lived alone. Instead, I encourage you to reach out and make that coffee date with a friend, new or old, so you can share one cupcake at a time. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, and until then, I would love to hear from you. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram at Lisa Pirinelli Coaching. Come say hello, be brave, and make a new friend. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Cupcakes and Clarity. If today's conversation inspired you and you'd like even more tips and strategies tailored to your life, go to lisapirinelli.com/resources for more self-guided tools. And if you're ready for personal support to help you navigate what's holding you back, I'd love to meet you. Head over to lisapirinelli.com to schedule your free consultation call. New episodes drop every Tuesday, so be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much if you shared it with a friend or leave a quick review. Until next time, here's to creating more clarity, confidence, and joy in your life, one cupcake at a time.